to show you the top 10 What About Gaming episodes of 2011, showing you what we like in every episode. But before we start, we have to remind you that you can send your own top 10 list. Yeah, you can. All you have to do is very simple. Just leave your list in the comment section below, write the name of the episodes, their respective rankings and the reason you chose those episodes. And your top 10 list may be chosen to appear on our YouTube channel. Right, let's get started. Number 10. Why is the GTA series so cool? Well, it's my favorite games of all times, and you can go out and kill everyone in your way. Isn't that fun? Sure it is!
Situation here.
You just run over me? Okay, you're going to die.
Let's get this over with.
You're going to die.
I didn't have a choice.
You were a dead police officer now. Number 9. Stunt race effects for Super NES. When the car crashes, it just appears crash with no exclamation mark. And why there is a Super Famicom logo on the game? Well, watch the video.
You're just...
Oh, you know, my car's braking. I can see smoke coming out of the car. Crash, yeah. When I crash the car, it just appears a crash. I think there's missing an exclamation mark on this text.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Now it's level, if you pay a bit of attention, you'll see the Super Famicom logo, which is the Japanese Super NES. Now, why didn't Nintendo change the Super Famicom logo to the Super NES logo? That doesn't make any sense. Number 8. Super Castlevania 4 for Super NES. There is this spinning room where you have to use a whip as a grappling hook, and there is also this 3D spinning room, as if it wasn't enough. There are annoying ghosts, bats that throw money on you, and I like the part where I fight the Grim Reaper. Watch the video. In this part on stage 4, there is a space where you have to use your whip as a grappling hook and the stick will turn around. After that, you get in a part of the stage that there is this spinning 3D background that is so annoying, and it would be better if it wasn't 3D. Every time I see this, I want to puke. And in this part there are those chandeliers falling, there are also those ghosts. Those ghosts are so annoying, they just keep going back and forth. When the boss parameter reaches half, the boss will be split into 3 small bats that throw money on you. Okay, I like money, but will you please stop throwing those coins on me? When you kill this boss, you go to the next boss fight, which is the Death. Yeah, the Death. Or the Grim Reaper. No, not Grim the Reaper, it's the Grim Reaper. Number 7. Roadrunner's Death Valley Running for Super NES. I like the meaning of the word acme. There's a part of the game where you keep throwing some forks and using them as weapons. There are some streets that lead you to certain death. There is a level in the game where you can't touch the side of the pile driver or you get hit and lose health. And there is a flaw on Kyle's plan. Watch the video. It's funny how the acme word is used, because if you look up acme on the dictionary, we're going to see that acme comes from the ancient Greek, and it means highest point, top, or combination. So in the cartoons the word is used ironically to denote something that's not what it really is. And the acme products are not in their highest point. On the first level, I found this clock which stops time and freezes all the enemies. When the time stops, I can see that Coyote is throwing some forks. Man, forks are some serious weapons. I bet those are Acme forks. Those forks are worse than plastic forks. Well, maybe he's intending to eat Roadrunner using those forks, so that makes sense. On this level there are lots of streets that lead you to certain deaths, so if you roll too fast, Roadrunner will not stop. Because the street is 90 degrees, so Roadrunner will walk his way to death. On this level, you will get frustrated, because you will only know that the streets lead you to death when you die on those streets. At the very beginning of the first level, you will see a pile driver, and you can't even touch the side of the pile driver or you will take damage. In this level, Kite's on a wrecking ball and getting hit is easy, but there's a flaw in Kite's plan. He is on the wrecking ball and not controlling the wrecking ball. So if he gets crushed, what happens? Well, let's find out. At the ending of the second level, Kite gets crushed by the wrecking ball, and then he falls. Again. Number 6. Abadox, the Deadly Gamer War for NES. This game easily makes you frustrated. There's a part in the video that I like when Gwen the Reaper is trying to kill the boss that isn't actually the boss. Is that a freaking tongue? The game takes place inside the monster and the boss is a really ugly face. This game is only one word: frustration.
I think if you just stay like this, like going up and down.
I don't know if this is the easiest way to kill this boss, but I think it's gonna work. Yeah, you just kill the boss and you are still in the first level.
Yeah.
I think that wasn't a boss at all. Oh, be careful. You have to break this wall, I think.
Maybe it's not really. Maybe it's something like greatest. They're not like levels. Is that a freaking tongue? Oh no, please don't tell me I'm inside the mouth of a... Oh my god.
You are inside a monster?
No. Oh please no. Oh my god, no.
Oh, be careful there, man. Be careful there. Whoa, whoa.
Oh my god.
It is really the monster's mouth.
Oh god.
Okay, so the game takes place inside the monster mouth. Man, this is just hardcore. That's the boss. It's
For real this time, please.
It's a really ugly face. And its eyes are popping out of his face. It's kinda freaky. Number 5. Heavyweight Championship Boxing for Game Boy. This game has the option to set the music on or off. I don't understand this. Is the music so bad that game developers gave the players the choice to turn the music on or off? There's a part that I don't get it. I'm playing the match 3 and I just keep losing health without reason. Playing this game is worse than fighting a real boxing match. When the game starts, you have the option to set the music on or off. Why does this game have this feature? Is the music so bad that the game developers gave the players the options to set the music on or off? Well, let's find out. The match 3 is maybe the hardest match, because no matter how many times I hit the other player, his life bars is still full. Oh, what do I have to do to beat this player? It's hard to beat him. I just keep hitting the buttons, but nothing happens to the other player. And I just keep losing health, but I don't know why it happens. Well, maybe it's a glitch. Well, this glitch is against me, and usually glitches are indifferent for the player. Well, so I can't beat this player because the glitch doesn't let me beat him? After getting defeated by this player, I fought a rematch, and then I lost, again. Now it's game over for me. Number 4. Blast Corps for Nintendo 64. There is only one game that's about demolition. This game is Blast Corps for Nintendo 64. There's a part that I like on this game is demolishing buildings on other planets and stars, like in the moon, for example. And how would this game be if this game had multiplayer mode? Watch the video. Once you think you have beaten all the levels, there will appear new levels on other planets and stars. And oh look, I'm driving on the moon. How is that possible? And if it isn't possible to live outside the Earth, how is it possible? How is the truck driver still alive? How?
Video games, man. video games.
Oh, now look at that. The physics of the gravity here in the moon feels different. Wow, look, I can practically flip the truck by turning the steering wheel, and it doesn't make any sense.
I think it'd be very cool if this game had multiplayer, you know? Like, you'd have to destroy as many buildings as possible in a determined amount of time, or destroy the positions buildings, something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Number 3, back to Roadrunners Death Valley Ready for Super NES. Alright, the reason I chose this episode of the game in 2 different rankings is because this episode is so awesome and it's a huge episode. It's almost half hour of What About Gaming in one episode. There's this part where Kite falls a long way down and the opera singer appears at the end of every boss level. When Kite's rocket explodes, it appears Ira Joe's. Alright, Ira Joe's. There's an annoying part of this game, and is when the game designers got the cutscene where Kite falls a long way down, and they put it together with the cutscene where the opera singer appears and starts to sing. The only part that the game designers were creative is when Marvin the Martian appears in the game. The giant coyote can get through the wall, but I can't. The final boss of the game. It's a real scary giant robotic headed coyote build. There's a part that I like in this game is when coyote falls towards the earth, and the idea behind using and reusing the same cutscene over and over is to encourage the players to recycle their trash. This game is a real lack of creativity. And then he falls. Again. Man, I have already seen this cutscene at the end of the second level on episode 1. Oh, I get it! At the end of every second level, no matter which episode it is, you will always see a cutscene where Kite falls a long way down. This game is running out of creativity! Now the opera singer appears again just like in the first boss level, plays her throat and starts singing. However, Coyote holds up a sign reading, not yet. Then the crane falls on Coyote. Now this is a real lack of creativity. First Coyote's shown falling the exact same cutscene in 2 different levels. Now the opera singer appears and does the same thing she did in the first boss level. Now what? Let's find out. At the ending of the second level on episode 3, Coyote flies up in his rocket and explodes like fireworks. And then the fireworks show a text that reads, Ita Joe's. Okay, Ita Joe's. When it's destroying Coyote's train, it will fall from the bridge. And you know what happens next? Yes, you do. It's that cutscene where Coyote falls a long way down. Again. Then that opera singer appears again and does the same thing she did on the other boss levels. Again. However, Coyote holds up sign reading, not yet. Then the train hits Coyote. I was thinking that the lack of creativity in this game couldn't get any worse, but I was wrong. It got worse. The game designers got the cutscene where Coyote falls a long way down and put it together with the cutscene where the opera singer appears, clears her throat and starts to sing. Yeah, it's a real lack of creativity. It's that opera singer. She does the same thing she did on the other boss levels. And Coyote holds up a sign reading, not yet, and then... Hey, what's that? It's Marvin the Martian. He takes you to warp machine which warps you to a space station. Oh, it's that creativity that I thought that wouldn't happen in the game. I think the game has a salvation. Marvin the Martian the game, that is great. There's this machine where Coyote can transform into a huge coyote. When you leave this part, the giant coyote will get through the wall. What? He can get through the wall, but I can't? How unfair! In this boss level, Coyote controls a giant robotic replica of his head, armed with missiles. When you see the real thing, you know how huge it is. It's a real huge-headed coyote build. It's real scary. Coyote falls from his giant robotic head and... Oh no, is it gonna happen what I'm thinking? No, it isn't gonna happen. So the game designers got the cutscene where Coyote falls a long way down and modified it a bit to make him fall towards the earth. I think that's the only thing that was really creative in the whole game. So Coyote falls towards the earth, and then he holds up a sign reading, how about I ended this game before I hit? Then there's the cutscene where Coyote falls a long way down. What? I can't even say that the game designers were really creative, at least once. I think that the only part that they were really creative is when Kite falls towards the earth.
Oh, I get it. I think the idea behind reusing the same cutscene is to encourage players to recycle the trash. So I think we should recycle this game to make better quality games. That was an Acme recycling bin, so I guess it makes sense.
Number 2. Back to Blast Course for Nintendo 64. This is another episode that appears in 2 rankings in this year's top 10 list. It's because this game is awesome. I think it deserves 2 different rankings. I like the part that I have to use the robot to demolish buildings. The truck won't stop and wait for the demolishing, and the nuclear bombs will explode when you run out of time. And also, disco balls on Mars? Watch the video. Back to the Earth, there's this level on which you take control of a giant robot. It's so funny to destroy buildings by practically doing nothing. You just have to walk to the building and it's done. What? A robot used for demolishing buildings? That's ridiculous because it could cause some serious injuries and death. It isn't safe at all. It seems a thing that doesn't make any sense is why isn't the truck stopped, man? I think he could stop and wait for the demolishing, and then he could walk right safely. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, who knows? Maybe the brakes are broken.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. A truck fully loaded with nuclear bombs and the brakes are off. So
Yeah.
it doesn't. It seems it's the worst case scenario.
And I would expect that big companies such as theirs would have like better quality vehicle stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You run out of time. Whoa! What? It seems the nuclear bombs are. They also have a clock, so when it runs out of time, it blows up the whole planet. There's this level in Mars that you have to destroy those flying disco balls or whatever those things are. The gravity in Mars is different from the gravity on the Earth, which in some ways helps you to destroy those flying things. But it also makes it harder because when you fly, when the truck flies, you lose completely the control of the truck. You just have to expect to hit those disco balls or whatever those things are. And finally, number 1, world-class track meet for NES. I like this game because it's a great fun game to play with your family and friends. Playing this game isn't recommended if you live in an apartment. I like the part on the video that there is the party pet cheating and also the Olympics, when we play the Olympics. Watch the video. Playing this game isn't recommended if you live in an apartment. It may be too noisy sometimes. What are they doing?
I have no idea.
If you get too tired, you can cheat. All you have to do is lie on the ground and push the buttons with your hands. What is this? You're running too fast!
This one is even more comfortable. Can't even do it like this, sitting on your couch.
No, that's not the speed! 15 meters per second! 16! Oh!
And that's part by cheating to you. You can't even exercise your arms like this.
Yeah. The second game mode is the Olympics. This mode is the complete game with all the events of the game. Let the games begin! It's Jesus versus the Green the Reaper. Who's the best? Who's the world's fastest world-class track meet player? Let's find out.
In an intense game of world-class track meet, Jesus and Grim the Reaper use all their reserves to be acclaimed the world's fastest world-class track meet players.
The first event is 100-meter dash. Right from the beginning, Jesus starts ahead. Then for a split second, Green the Reaper passes Jesus, but then Jesus returns to the first place and stays in first place to the end of the race. Jesus won this event. The second event is long jump. Jesus starts with a good speed, but when he jumps too early, causing him to have only a 5-meter distance. Now it's Green the Reaper. He starts with a good speed, but next to the line he loses speed and jumps too early, causing him to have only a 4-meter 73 centimeter distance. On the second turn, Jesus starts with a good speed and this time he jumps very next to the line. And then he lands in a 7-meter 63 centimeter distance. It's a 2-meter 63 centimeter difference. On the second turn, Green the Reaper starts with a low speed, but when he is reaching the line, he sprints, causing him to reach the maximum speed of 16 meters per second. His distance is 8 meters 75 centimeter. It's the best distance so far. On the third turn, Jesus gets a good speed through the whole track, and when he jumps, he gets a 8 meters 16 centimeter distance. It's a 59 centimeter difference to Green the Reaper's best distance. Now it's the third turn for Green the Reaper. He starts with a good speed, but strangely he loses speed, causing him to have only a 4 meter 70 centimeter distance. Green the Reaper won this event with a 8 meter 75 centimeter distance. The third event is 110 meter hurdles. Jesus starts ahead, but it didn't take too long, so Green the Reaper passes him. And in the ending of the race, Green the Reaper hits a hurdle, and Jesus hits the last 2 hurdles on the race. Green the Reaper won this event. The final event is triple jump. On the first turn, Jesus gets a good speed and then he jumps too early, but he still gets a good distance, 13 meter 14 centimeter. Now it's Green the Reaper. He also gets a good speed, but he also jumps too early, and his distance was 11 meter 7 centimeter. It's a bad distance. On the second turn, Jesus gets almost the same speed as on the first turn, but he took too long to make the second jump, causing him to have only a 11 meter 80 centimeter distance. Now Green the Reaper starts with a not so low speed, but he jumps very close to the line, and when he lands he gets a 13 meter 40 centimeter distance. It's the best distance so far. On the third turn, Jesus gets a good speed and a good distance, 13 meter 68 centimeter. Jesus is winning this event, and now Green the Reaper. Green the Reaper gets a good speed, but he jumps too early, causing him to have a 12 meter 5 centimeter distance. Jesus won this event. Wow, what an amazing game! In an amazing turn of events, we found out that the world's fastest world-class track meet player is Green the Reaper. Alright, thanks for watching the top 10 What About Gaming episodes of 2011. So, as I said before, you can leave your own list and your list may be chosen to appear on our YouTube channel. Just leave a comment in the comment section below with the episodes that shows their respective rankings and reason you chose those episodes. And your top 10 list may be chosen to appear on our YouTube channel. Isn't that cool? Sure it is. So, happy What About Gaming and Happy New Year, Happy 2012. Season 3 premieres February 3rd, 2012. So, happy What About Gaming and Happy New Year, Happy 2012. Bye!